Namaste friends, I'm Nettie. I have in store for you today a slow flow and restorative inspired class. The first half of class being gentle vinyasa. The second half of class being restorative inspired poses. The mantra I offer for you today is movement is medicine. We have the science now to support that mindful movement can benefit all of the systems in our body. Within the scope of my practice, I would like to share with you the mindful movement for the lymphatic system and for the nervous system. We won't need any props for practice this evening, but if you'd like to grab a bolster, sweatshirt, firm pillow, cans of soup, some books, anything that you think you might need, now's a great time to do that. Go ahead and light some candles, set on some beautiful, restorative, easy music, maybe even diffuse some oil, and I'll meet you on your back, on your mat. Everything that affects your breathing can affect your immunity. Immunity meaning how well your body clears the yucky things out it takes in. So come on your back and place your hands on the outside of your rib cage. As you inhale, feel your hands and ribs expand outward. As you exhale, feel your hands and ribs come in to the midline of the body. Bring your attention to the back of your head, the space between the scapula and the back of your spine between your shoulder blades and the natural arch in your lower back. Press all 3 points into your mat as you breathe. These are 3 points. We'll focus the breath in for integrity of the spine, neutral pelvis this evening. One last round of breath, feeling all points press into your mat and rib cage expand out to the side and contract into the midline. Then we'll drag the knees up towards the ceiling, hug them into the chest, knees and ankles stay together, lower back comes off the mat, knees and ankles in opposite direction, knees and ankles pressing into one another, left and right, multifidus twist on the mat, getting a nice juicy massage to start class. And when you're ready, we'll roll over to the left side of the body and press ourselves up into quadruped, all fours or reverse tabletop. Take a moment to integrate knees under hips, wrists under shoulders, maybe a bit wider, hugging the pit of the belly in and up, amplifying the breath between the shoulder blades, really making sure you have a neutral pelvis here. Nice, long, flat spine. Take a peek over the left shoulder. Inhale, move forward. Exhale, take a peek over your right shoulder and move organically with your own breath in this fashion, nurturing any sensations you may be feeling. Really starting to meet your body where it is with your breath. Left and right. Inhaling, feeling the rib cage expand out. And when you're ready, tuck the toes under, come into downward facing dog, pedaling out your feet left and right, hugging in, zipping up, pressing your heels towards the mat, shaking out the head left and right, shake, shake, shake. Maybe a loud exhale here, releasing the jaw, the fascia in your cheeks. That might feel really good. Let the head come still and hang heavy, bend into the knees, swivel the knees left to right, just as we did in quadruped, left to right. Breathe into your back, the space between your shoulder blades, and really lift in the front ribs, and bring your knees down to the mat. Bring the top of your head down to your mat and roll on the top of the head. There's a fascia there too. This will give you a nice release in your neck as well. Nice slow rolls. And then gently we'll press back into quadruped and meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale completely and walk slowly towards the front of your mat for forward fold. Generous bend in the knees, heavy upper body, shaking the head, yes and no. Rooting through all four corners of the feet. Inhale, we'll meet in extended mountain pose, flat spine. Exhale, mountain pose, zipping up through your entire core. Neutral pelvis, shoulders roll down and back. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come down to the mat. Drop the knees, drop the upper body in Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, tiny cobra pose. Exhale, come through quadruped and meet in downward facing dog. Inhale completely. Exhale fully. Come forward with the left knee 90-90 with both knees. Finding your stability, inhaling the arms up overhead, making sure your back toe is tucked under. Inhale. Exhale, come down to the mat. Simply switch the legs. Right foot comes forward, left toes tucked under, 90-90 with both knees. Inhale the arms up overhead. Tight core, ribs in. Exhale, come down to the mat. Come back for downward facing dog. Exhale completely and walking the hands forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat spine, shine your heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, extended mountain pose. Exhale, mountain pose. Extended mountain pose, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Come down to the mat, lower the knees, upper body, chaturanga, all the way to the mat. Pull through for cobra. Tuck the chin, exhale, meet again through quadruped in downward facing dog. Come forward with the left foot 90-90, right toes tucked under. Start to roll the shoulders in a backward motion, one shoulder then the next. Opening the rib cage, getting into those intercostal muscles, really feeling free here. You can make this as playful and fun as you'd like. Pause, come down to the mat on an exhale, switch the legs, right foot forward, left toes tucked under, find your stability and roll the shoulders. Nice, juicy rolls. When you feel complete, inhale, exhale, come down to the mat. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Exhale completely, then slowly walk your feet toward your hands for forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Root through all four corners of both feet. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold. Exhale, come down to the mat. Knees drop. Chaturanga, upper body meets the mat. Cobra pose on an inhale. Exhale, push through quadruped to downward facing dog. Exhale completely, left leg comes forward, 90-90 lunge. Steady the hips. Exhale, arms out. Inhale, hug the back of the scapula or fronts of the shoulders, whatever you can reach. Inhale, opposite arm comes underneath on the exhale. We'll do this 2 more times, this time tucking the chin. Exhale, grab the shoulders, tuck the chin. Really feel it in the back space between the shoulder blades, maybe even puffing out. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug. Inhale to a V. Integrate through the core. All body parts are engaged here. Exhale, come down to the mat. Switch the legs. Right leg comes forward. Left toes tucked under. Fascia in the bottom of the feet. Open. And exhale, hug. Crown of the head shining towards the ceiling. Exhale, hug opposite arm underneath. Inhale, open. Exhale, tuck the chin. Puff in the back body. Feel the breath in the back body. Opposite arm comes underneath. Really hug. Inhale, inverted V, engaging the entire body. Exhale, come down to the mat. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Root through the right foot, left leg lifts. Bend at the knee, open the hips, stack the hips, take giant circles in one direction and then the next with your knee. We're moving the synovial fluid in the joint, lubricating the lymphatic system. Drop both feet, come into all fours. We'll move into cat-cow. Inhale, leading with the tailbone, cow pose. Exhale, cat back pose. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat back pose, and move organically with your own breath. Again, nurturing any sensations that you may feel. Finding a neutral spine, tuck the toes under, lift the knees off the mat, and we'll swivel the knees back and forth, left and right, just as we did before. Left to right, getting into the side body, really engaging the core. When your knees come to the left, drop your right hip towards the mat, stack the top left leg, knee over knee for cow face pose, find your sits bones. Option B would be to extend the right leg out, whatever is the most accessible for you this evening. Then start to roll your shoulders one at a time in giant circles backwards, really feeling nice and free, and allow your ribs to move. Shine the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Come to pause. We're going to twist and come to the back of the mat. So twist towards the right leg. Place your hands on the mat, press up through your feet, and come towards the back of your mat in pyramid pose. Front foot faces 12 o'clock, back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Maybe adjust your foot pattern so that you can really square off the hips. Right hip back and up, left hip forward and down, long core extending. Hand placement doesn't matter here as long as the spine can be neutral and long. Neutral pelvis. Breathing into the space between the two shoulder blades on the back body, maybe even puffing up a little bit. You won't be able to probably, but you want to mentally picture the crown of your head reaching over that right front foot. Tailbone pressing in the opposite direction. Exhale, bring both hands down to the mat and move into three-legged dog with the right leg raised. Bend into the right knee and draw giant circles with the right knee, opening the hip, both directions. Let this feel good. And when you feel complete, meet in downward facing dog. Bend into the knees and swivel the knees left to right for the second side. Swivel the heels left to right, agitating the side and back tissue. Pause at the right, drop the left hip towards your mat. Right leg comes up and over. Left leg can be extended for cow facing pose. Wherever is most comfortable for you, find your sits bones. Shoulders down and back. Hug in, engage the core, rib cage in, and start to roll the shoulders one at a time. Big backward circles, correcting for all of our texting and typing, driving in cars, sitting on couches. Again, let the rib cage move with the shoulders, making more space for the breath in the lungs. Pause. Come to the back of the mat with your hands. Walk the hands along the right side of your mat till you come to pyramid pose facing the front of your mat. Again, adjust the feet or foot pattern so you can get a neutral pelvis, square the hips, rib cage hugged in. Hands can be where you need them, and just breathe. On the next exhale, come down to your mat and we'll meet in forward fold. Maybe shift the weight a bit forward on the balls of your feet, hugging the belly in to release the lower back. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Extend in mountain pose, inhale. Mountain pose, exhale. Extend in mountain. Forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, come down to your mat, drop the knees, chin and chest come into the mat, cobra pose. Exhale, we'll meet through quadruped into downward facing dog. Inhale completely. Exhale fully. Root through the right foot. Lift the left leg just enough to circle out the left ankle. Move it in both directions and bring the left foot forward for a warrior 2 foot pattern. Back foot again, turned in, maybe at a 45-degree angle. Square in the hips, neutral pelvis. We'll move from warrior 2 into goddess. Toes out, heels in. This doesn't need to be especially turned out or even deep. We just want to work on the neutral pelvis. So we have 2 points of the pubic bones and the 2 points of our hip bones. If we can find this little triangle here, these bones should all be in the same plane. Engaged core, ribs tucked in, pelvis drawing up. We'll take goddess pose, swaying back and forth, extending one arm overhead and then the other. Again, this can be so playful, very fun. No one can see you. Let this be freeing. Let this bring brightness and amplify your breath. Next, we'll turn towards the front of the mat for crescent lunge. Left foot forward, deep bend in the right knee, right heel off the mat. Engage the core as you inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale the right arm underneath for eagle arms. If this isn't accessible for you, go ahead and grab the fronts of your shoulders. Puff into the back body, feeling the breath along the middle of the back, the thoracic spine. Exhale, fold forward, neck, a natural extension of the spine. Just as we did in pyramid, we're not humbling here, but we're really engaging the whole body. Drop the right hand towards the mat. Inhale the left arm up and open for crescent lunge twist. Inhale, reach the left arm towards the ceiling. Exhale the right ear towards the mat so you're getting a nice stretch in the neck area. Inhale, reach. Exhale, walk the hands along the right side of the mat for a side-facing wide leg forward fold. Then lunge into one side of your body and the next. Into the left knee and then the right knee. Swaying the upper body, maybe even making figure eights along the side of your mat. If you are congested, like I am, it's okay, stick with me here. I promise this will be worth it. Take what you need, again, nurturing the sensations that you feel, and then walk the hands towards the front of your mat for low lunge, meet in plank. Drop the knees, chest and chin for chaturanga. And press forward into cobra. Option here to take upward facing dog. Exhale back down towards your mat. Reverse push up. Meet in downward facing dog. Inhale forward plank. Knees, chest, chin for chaturanga. And then lower completely towards your mat. Take your third eye down towards your mat and roll the third eye on your mat. Fascia in your forehead. Giving your forehead a nice little massage one direction and then the next. When you're ready, we'll press back up through quadruped and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Root through the left foot, extend the right foot up and open, circling the ankles. And then exhale the right foot forward for warrior two. Adjusting the feet as needed. Engaging the core. This is a transition pose. We'll come into goddess, toes out, heels in, knees bent, stacked over the heels. Engaged core, engaged rib cage, shoulders down and back. And start to sway left to right, side bends. Really noticing the difference in your breathing pattern from when we began class. The ultimate goal here, keeping a neutral pelvis, allowing your core to naturally engage, coming into crescent lunge, deep bend in the right leg, right heel off mat. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, eagle arms, left arm underneath. If this is not accessible, feeling free to grab the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, flat spine, hinging at the hips, breathing in between the scapula. Nice, long, neutral pelvis, neutral spine. Left hand comes to the mat. Right hand reaches up and open towards the ceiling. Checking in with that hip, making sure they're both in line. Left ear extends towards the mat, getting the nice, beautiful stretch along the jawline and the neck. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come back to your mat. Walking the hands around to that wide facing forward fold. Bending in the knees left to right and swaying the upper body along the mat. Again, finding your rhythm, finding freedom, maybe even feeling at ease. Pausing. Walk your hands towards the front of your mat. Bend into the front knee. Come into plank pose. Drop the knees. Drop the chin and chest for chaturanga. Scoot forward into cobra. Option for upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Come back towards the mat. Reverse push-up, meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale forward, plank pose. Again, dropping the knees, the chest, the chin for chaturanga. Then extending the body prone on the mat and rolling the third eye, massaging the third eye, and getting into the fascia. When you're ready, inhale up and back through quadruped. We'll take some wrist stretches. For this first one, you'll have a natural hand position. Take some gentle circles, sways, or pulses here, nurturing the sensations in your body. Taking what feels good, leaving what doesn't. Sending your wrists some love. Next, hand pattern, fingers face out. Palms on your mat, circling and swaying and taking what you need here. Pausing in any place that feels really good for you. Third, hand pattern, fingers facing in, palms towards the mat once again. And again, feeling into this and listening to your body. Being mindful not to lose the integrity of your posture. The The last hand pattern, the fingers will be facing towards the body, wrists towards the front of the mat, palms facing down. Be gentle here with yourself. This might be a deep or intense stretch. And we'll come, sits bones to heels, bring our knuckles together. Hands are in fists. We'll stretch along the tops of the forearms. Backs of the hands come down to the mat. We don't want the knuckles to separate from one another. You'll attempt to bend in your elbows. You probably won't be able to. So tops of the hands press into the mat, knuckles pressing into one another, hands are in fists, attempting to straighten your elbows, not too much weight in the elbows. Again, correcting for the texting and typing. Circle out the hands when you're through. Maybe roll out the shoulders and neck a little bit. Finally, we'll come to toes pose. Toes will tuck under. Sits bones reaching towards your heels, tucking the pinky toes under if you need to. And then we'll roll the left ear to the left shoulder. Chin towards the chest. Right ear to right shoulder. Chin towards the chest. And just moving in this pattern as you see fit. If this is too much pressure on the arches or the balls or the fascia in your feet, don't put so much weight on your feet. The focus here is on your neck. Inhale the arms up overhead, interlace. Palms are going to come to the nape of the head, the base of the skull. Open in the chest. And then we're going to press the weight of the head back on to the hand so that our head is hanging in this nice little hammock. We're still in toes pose. This isn't a back bend, but we're just gently tilting the chin towards the ceiling. Coming off the toes, pedaling them out if that feels good. And then we'll come down to our seat and roll onto our back for the restorative like poses we have for class this evening. Left leg can be long here or bent. When removing pose on the right side, hug the right leg into the chest, out to the side a little bit. Right foot relaxed, left foot can be engaged if you choose. On each inhale, focus on the 3 points, the back of the skull, the space between your shoulder blades and the thoracic spine, and the natural part of the spine that arches off of the mat. We want to press all 3 points of those into the mat. On the exhales, hug the knee towards the body. Inhale, pressing the 3 points into the mat. Exhale, hugging the knee in towards the body. Again, you can bend in the left leg if you need to. Exhale, the right leg descends towards the mat. Pause for a breath. Inhale the left knee into the mat when removing pose on the left side. Base of the skull, space between the shoulder blades and the lower part of the back, descending towards the mat on inhales, hugging the knee into the chest on the exhales. Feeling free to bend into the right leg if you need to. If you feel any pinching in the hip flexor, the front part of your hip, or the lower part of your spine, this is an indicator you might be living life with the habit of a tilted pelvis. This practice will help you here. Exhale, both legs down towards the mat. And when you're ready, we'll drag both heels towards the sits bones and hug both knees into the chest. You can grab the elbows, you could interlace for a mudra, or you can grab the forearms. back of the head, space between the shoulder blades, lower spine, descending towards the mat on your inhales. Really want to tuck that tailbone down towards the mat if you can. And hug the knees into the chest tighter and tighter with your exhales. Inhale, 3 points into your mat. Exhales, knees into the body. And really feel a nice, beautiful stretch. Exhale, both feet plant on the floor. Press through the heels for bridge pose, lifting the sits bones off the mat, engaging the glutes to free up the lower back and the diaphragm, allowing your lungs to move in their natural pattern. Your hands can be extended on the mat as in normal bridge pose, or your hands can be on your rib cage as we started class. Inhaling, the ribs come up and out to the sides. Exhaling, the hands and ribs comes towards the midline of the body. This is a gentle bridge. If you have a block, book, blanket, sweatshirt, anything to prop up your sits bones, you're welcome to slide that underneath. But continue with noticing the breath. Exhale down to the mat. Inhale the knees up. We'll take happy baby. The hands can come to the shins. They can come to the backs of the thighs. You can rock back and forth and play here. Or you can take normal, regular old happy baby with the hands on the outside of the feet and the elbows on the inside. You can even straighten one leg and then that other. But continue to notice your breath patterns here and continue to press the 3 points along the spine into the mat. Tailbone descending towards the mat, chin tucked in and down. And when you feel complete, we'll move to our next posture. Hug the knees in towards the chest. We'll take a slight roll, stacking the knees to the right side, straightening the spine and allowing the knees to come to the left side of the body, at least at a 90-degree angle. The right shoulder reaches down towards the mat or the floor. You can extend the right arm if that feels good. The left hand can come to the top of the knees. No pressure here, just gentle weight. And you can take your gaze wherever suits you, up at the ceiling, toward your knees, or toward your extended right hand. And again, drop in to be an observer of the breath. Allow gravity to twist the body. Knees can be propped up on a prop. It's okay if the shoulder comes off the mat here. Inhale, squeeze the knees into the body. Exhale, drop the knees to the second side, the right side. Left shoulder descending towards your mat. Again, your knees can be up on a block, or your arm can be extended in any position that suits you. Taking your gaze where it feels good. And just breathe. Twists can do a lot to massage and support our organs, but they aren't everything for immunity. So it's important that we make more and more space for the breath and move our lymph, clearing the lymph and resetting to default in parasympathetic nervous system. Let's come back, knees up in and moving into legs up the wall, waterfall pose, knees, ankles, feet together, feet soft. You can do a few things with your hands to help here. Make fists, prop them below the sit bones, or you can make a triangle or diamond shape with your hands. Place them up underneath your sits bones. Both of these will aid in supporting the weight of your legs. Soft in the belly. You can even bend into the knees if you need to. You can prop your legs up an actual physical wall. You can prop your legs up against a piece of furniture, anything to get gravity working against your circulation in this inversion. But no matter where you choose to go or what shape you've taken, finding a place of ease, allowing this to be easy, and again noticing what's going on in your space. Or maybe bringing your attention back to your breath, bringing your hands back to your rib cage. Maybe you're feeling a bit tingly or the hum of energy buzzing through your body. No, we can't control everything that happens to us or for us, but we can control how we breathe and how well we breathe and how well we move. This evening we worked on getting stronger with mindful movement for all the systems of the body to help us stay healthy and breathing easily. We worked a lot with lubricating the lymphatic system, getting into the fascia. When you're ready, bring your knees down, extend your legs long, move away from the wall, or take up any props that you may be using. Just come into Savasana, hands facing down for grounding or up for receiving. Bones heavy, breath free and clear and bright. Stay in Savasana for as long as possible. Get really cozy. Soak in the energy of this beautiful practice you've just created. Let your bones be heavy on your mat. Your feet splay open. Your hands turn up in a gesture of receiving, fingertips curling toward your wrists. Back of the head is heavy on your mat. Muscles falling away from your bones. Really allowing your mat, the floor, whatever's beneath you to support you. And just be. To conclude class, I will walk you through a yogic sleep, a yoga nidra. To begin, we'll inhale through the right grand toe and exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through the other 4 toes on your right foot. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through your right foot. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale the entirety of your right leg from your ankle through your knee up into your hip joint. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through your right fingers. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through your right hand. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale from your right arm, starting at the wrist through the elbow all the way into the shoulder. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through your left grand toe. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through the rest of your toes. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through your left foot. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through your left ankle, up the leg into the knee and up into the hip joint. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through your left fingers. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through your left hand. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale the entirety of the left arm from the wrist all the way into the shoulder joint. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale into both hips, the left and the right hip joint. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale to your abdomen. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through the left and right lung. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through your heart. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale the entirety of your spine from the point of your tailbone all the way up into the base of your skull. Exhale to the crown of your head. Inhale through your right and left shoulders. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through your throat and neck. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through your jaw. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through both cheeks. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through your eyes, the space between your eyes, the space behind your eyes. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through your forehead. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through both ears, left and right side. Exhale through the crown of your head. Inhale through the base and the back of the skull. Exhale through the crown of the head. Inhale through the crown of the head. Exhale through the crown of the head. Thank you for your practice this evening. Again, I invite you to stay in Savasana for as long as you can. Really reap the benefits of this immunity shot you've just given yourself. Maybe take it easy tonight, drink lots of water. But wherever you are, whatever you choose to do, thank you for meeting me in practice and allowing me to guide you. It's my prayer for you, as always my prayer, that you take your light off your mat and shine it into the world. And until we meet again, my grace and peace. Namaste.